What's going on, ladies and germs? Welcome to another edition of the Sports Drive here on the Arena Sports Network. We're here on this Thursday, March 10th, 2016. Right now, let's introduce the gang and characters of the show, but let's get some particulars out of the way. Follow us at Twitter at Arena Sportsnet. Follow Sean Mann at Twitter at SeanMannASN. Follow Browning Master at Browning Master. Follow the Big Win Frank Sprinkle at Big Win Frank. You also follow me at Twitter at Josh Lopez CSR. For those who are wondering, the big man himself, the Snowman, will be here in the second hour of the show, or maybe even earlier. But we'll see. We'll find out when the big man comes in and has some fun with us. A little fair warning, like I do with every show. This show is not a politically correct sports talk show. If anything we say on this program offends you, that's on you, my friend. That's not our problem.
Amen.
And it's not our fault. Anyway, let's introduce the Rat Bastard Clan, as I call it. We have three squares under yours truly. Let's go all the way to Kentucky, the home of Jim Cornette, and we have a friend who seems to be a quasi-bowling expert. His name is Andrew Browning. What's going on, you hump?
Not much. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. All right, let's go to the next rat bastard. To his left here on the screen, a man that resides from the blue bumblebee state of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The man who claims to be a bowling expert. We'll find out in just a couple of minutes if that's true or not. And also, we have a man who runs the Pablo Sandoval fan club. It's our own historical man, Sean Mann.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Drive. It is Thursday, March 10th, 2016, 11:02 a.m. on the east, 8:02 a.m. on the west. Wet, rainy day, doing good in general.
That's nice to hear you, freaking hump. Anyway, last but not least, let's introduce a man who hails from Blue Bumblebee, Indiana, Bumblefuck, USA. It is the Big Win, Frank Sprinkle.
And he loves his blue bumblebee outfit that he wears every day.
Listen, I'm doing fine. Sean, how was the bowling? That's what I want to hear. How was the bowling? That's all I care about.
Well, I don't know if we're in that segment yet. Do I need to give the results of my scores right now?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Let's do our opening rants first, then we'll get into the Sean Mann bowling updates. Stick to the format, gentlemen. So if there's anything you three gentlemen need to get off your chests, by all means. This is the platform. There's no restrictions on this show. Don't bring up God or whatever. By all means, don't use God's name in vain.
Tim Tebow can talk about religion.
Screw Tim Tebow. All right, let's go with Browning. Any opening rants you have, you rat bastards?
My little rant is when all the free agents that the Eagles got and stuff from the yesterday. I was kind of those surprised on that.
You were not happy they got rid of all those guys, huh?
No.
I
don't really care for Murray either, so he went to the Titans. So.
All right, Frank. How about you hump?
Yeah, well, of course, Gluey Hump. Wait a minute. I'm the Big Win. You're the Gluey Hump.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. By the way, the Bulls and Spurs are on TNT tonight. As you know, they're the first game of the TNT doubleheader at 7:00 for us in the Central Time Zone. But why in the blue hell is the second game Cavaliers Lakers? I mean, really? Why is TNT putting that on in terms of its second game? Can't they find anything better to watch?
Come on, Frank. We need something to put us to sleep.
Yeah, but I don't have to work tonight. Here's the thing: I don't have to work tonight. I
do.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm off tonight.
Well, come on, Frank. They got to have something to boost the ratings. They need a spark for the NBA.
That's not boosting anything. That's boosting pillow rates.
Yeah,
that's what it's doing.
Hey, you know what? That's also boosting sleeping pills. How about sleeping pills? But anyway, I was checking the NBA schedule, and I'm seeing here the Cavaliers at Lakers is the second game on TNT. Dude, you know what? I actually may go wee bowling in that time.
I have to admit, last couple weeks, the NBA has put some really, really bad games on national television. It's like I can give a hill of beans about that.
You want to know what my rant is? Oh, man.
What's that?
Hey, ESPN.
Oh, yeah, that's right, ESPN.
You got a bone to pick with them.
The fact that you're going to replace Mike Ditka, of all people, from ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown with Matt Crappleback makes me sick. Look, you're mad because Mike Ditka tells it like it is. Oh, we had to sit through 3 hours, listen to Keyshawn Johnson ramble to try to make a standard point. The guy doesn't even deserve to be an analyst on television. Then you got Chris Carter, who just talks about his own career instead of actually analyzing what the hell's going on the field. The only two rational people on that damn set is Berman and Tom Jackson. And now you got rid of the guy that actually brought some entertainment value to the freaking product. Screw you, ESPN. I'm sticking to Rich Eisen's show on the NFL Network. And I dropped the mic.
Hey,
I have to. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
Does this mean Tim? And by the way, Tim Hasselbeck's also on ESPN. Does this mean Tim and Matt Hasselbeck are going to have their own show on ESPN shortly?
Yes, they're going to have their own podcast, probably.
Yeah, probably.
You can get that on the ESPN radio app, brought to you by Mickey Mouse.
Well, remember what we've said all along, Josh. What does ESPN always do? They like to enjoy hiring former players who played in the league who have no journalism skills.
You got so many talented people out there, even people in this room that deserve opportunities at high places. But no, those people have to be put to the side because, we need a former athlete to be on our programming. Oh, that will spike ratings.
Guys, this is the network with Skip Bayless. Go figure.
I have to say this, though, with Mike Ditka. There's a couple options. One, he could go to the NFL Network, or two, he could possibly end up going to back to the CBS or NBC. He'll find another place to go to. Mike Ditka will be an NFL analyst somewhere else. You can count on that.
NFL Network's better.
Yeah, probably, or maybe he'll go back to CBS. I remember when Mike Ditka used to be on NFL on NBC. He used to join Greg Gumbel and Joe Gibbs. This is what I was telling Josh and Frank Browning and everybody listening in on our on NBC. NFL on NBC was pretty good, but then they left and then they switched over to the NFL on CBS in 1998.
We do have a lot of stuff to get into today. If you're living under a rock, yesterday was kind of like New Year's Day for all you football fans because free agency market started a crap load of signings we'll get into later on in the program. We'll also have the infamous Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. Also having a Thursday tradition. Me and the Big Win Frank are going to have a discussion about the People versus O.J. Simpson.
Right.
And I'm going to bring it back something we did on Blog Talk Radio. Fact or fiction? I got some questions I got to ask you, gentlemen, and you're just going to say either fact or fiction. That was fun. That was one of the segments we enjoyed when we were on Blog Talk Radio. So, Sean, you remember that?
Oh, yes. I remember that.
And then on that note, let's get into a Thursday tradition. What the hell happened in the local Coeur d'Alene, Idaho bowling alley?
Time! Thank you, Glue Hump. Come on, speak up. Don't plead the
All right. And as I'm doing this right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to try to start sharing the last 30 seconds on Facebook. Here we go, right there.
Thank you.
That.
You can.
Okay, Here are the results from the bowling from last night from the bowling master, Sean Mann. The first result, I shot a 107.
Not bad. Pretty good.
Second result, I shot a 136.
Damn!
Third game, I shot a 146.
Holy
the bowling master is back. Yeah, come on. That's
okay, I got a question. To ask Sean in between games 1 and 2. In between games 1 and 2, Sean, did you inject yourself with a needle?
No, I had some slushies and I had a cherry Pepsi that helped me out. And
Let me ask you, did the cherry Pepsi have PEDs in it?
It didn't have any PEDs or anything like that. I wasn't on an Instagram or anything.
Oh,
I did
Instagram? Who was talking about Instagram? I just questioned PD.
He's the number one man in the Pablo Sandoval fan club. It only makes sense.
Sean, Gluey Hump, listen, Gluey Hump, you got to pick your heroes more better than. I mean, listen, you pick Josh. He's a good hero.
Yeah, so I have to say that I'm ending the bowling season because I have one more week left on a very strong note as I get ready for the fall bowling season.
Dang, you have to wait all the way to the fall to start bowling again? Jeez.
Yeah, but don't worry. Wednesday nights I can watch the Bruins and I can watch the Celtics, and of course Red Sox baseball will be right around the corner.
Hey, hey, listen, Sean, are you gonna have a trainer? Listen, you need to hire yourself a trainer, I think.
Why do I need to hire a trainer? I just know that I got to keep the ball right in the middle where the arrows are, not pull it off to the left or the right.
Listen, oh, God bless it. Sean.
Oh,
come on, Sean. As you
I had to ask this. How many gutter balls did you have last night? I had to know.
I had 3 gutter balls. That was not bad.
That isn't. That's actually pretty darn good.
No, wait a minute. Correction. I think I had 10 gutter balls last night.
10? Oh my goodness! Wait, where's the Charles Barkley terrible sound effect? That was terrible. I mean, really, that's terrible.
Hey, I was off a little bit.
That's how many times. That's how many times Pablo Sandoval strikes out in a regular season series. 3-game set.
That is nasty, and I can't believe you're saying that since I have got a nice Red Sox T-shirt on.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, you're giving it away totally. Hey, move back, Jim Carrey. By the way, so you can see yourself.
Who the hell's Jim Carrey?
Hey,
I get my ball update too.
I'm sure you two rat bastards down below us probably endeavor in some dodgeball, huh? Or you guys are not good at dodgeball? Because when I was in elementary school, I was the king of dodgeball.
Oh, for cripe's sake. I was a good dodgeball player.
What is this, 7th grade gym class all of a sudden?
Hey, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
Frank, I would have enjoyed hearing your perspective if you were a good dodgeball player in PE.
I used to get thrown out for throwing at but we had a rule that you couldn't throw at heads. I used to throw at heads. I used to get thrown out of these games.
Oh, God.
Seriously. I used to get thrown out.
Frank, you had to do that. Wow.
I was bad. I was evil. Pure evil.
Yeah, taking it too seriously, bro. Concussion City, USA. Anyway, I digress. Since we're new here on Blab, it's always cool to let everybody in as to who we are as people. There is a life that we have outside of the show, but it's always good to intertwine who we are as a person on this show. So, I want to do something really quick before we get back to the sports talk, guys. Let's go around the table. Let the people in a little bit about your childhood, any like personal stuff you guys had to deal with, and how's it made you more stronger and better as a human being as you got older. Sean, how about you, buddy? Any challenges you had to go through during your childhood or no?
I think just the only thing probably that I had for a challenge was probably just that I had to push myself harder than a lot of other people.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Brownie?
Not. I just had to go through when I went to high school and stuff. I went through special ed stuff, all that. I mean, I went through it and graduated.
Frank?
I was in learning disability classes, and I think I've turned out pretty darn well.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
same here.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, learning disability classes were good for me.
Yeah. For me, for those who don't know, I started the first 2 years of my life deaf. I had tubes down my ears. I couldn't hear anything the first 2 years of my life, so there was a lot of catching up I had to do. There wasn't any like mental things. I was just deaf. I couldn't hear anything, so there was a lot of catching up I had to do. I had special ed class during the first few years of my time at Chopin, and you know, this sometimes it catches up to me still, where like I struggle sometimes to form a sentence or whatever. There's some things I still have to catch up with, but I think I've made the best out of it. get to do broadcasting, graduate from broadcasting school, doing writing for a living. You know, even despite the fact that I had to catch up with a lot of people, even though I was deaf for the first 2 years of my life, I felt that I made the best out of it. And I feel like I'm more well-rounded now. So I dealt with that. I dealt with a lot of bullying in my life as well, especially during elementary school. My saving grace during that time was the fact that I got to play music very well. So dealing with bullying, being misunderstood, people labeling you without even getting to know you first always sucks. I've had to deal with that even during high school, and it sucks, man. It sucks when you have people misunderstand you or label you one thing even without having one conversation with you. It really sucks because I meet a lot of people. I'll admit it. At first, I'm not always. I would say I'm not outgoing, but I'm not obnoxious. Where I'd be like, "Oh, look at me! Oh, look at me!" Right. Like I'd rather have people come to me and get to know me first. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, "Oh, you have to know me right now." It's kind of weird. It's like those stalker people or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm not desperate for attention, but what I hate is the fact that you won't take the time to ask me how I'm doing or even have a civil conversation with me, but you're going to go and tell a friend that, oh, this guy is a weirdo. Oh, don't talk to him. He's a bad person. You don't even know who I am. I have to deal with that a lot in my life.
I have to say that that probably it's not right at all for anybody to bully people, especially people who go through a learning disability. I've been a guy who's gone through a lot of that with being a disabled person. And you know what? I used to let the disability get to me a lot. I used to always think of myself as a bad person. But now I realize as I'm growing up that I don't let it get to me. I realize I've got a good life. I've got a lot to be blessed about. I've got college. There's a lot of things to be proud of. But
you got bullying.
It is never, ever, ever right for anybody to treat anybody who is, especially a person who's got a disability, bad. You know, you got to treat the person with respect because
I agree.
The person who's got a disability has either the strengths or the weaknesses. And we all do. We all have strengths. And we all
part
have
of life,
weaknesses.
part of human.
Proud of the strengths, and with the weaknesses, you just you keep trying. You try to do whatever you can to try to keep working with it. And Josh, I can agree too, and I can concur that I used to be bullied too, and I had to deal with that on Bookface. That's what I call it because it's such a stupid joke of a network. And I don't think it's going to be around forever because there's a lot of people, too many people have gotten hurt on there, and it's been really, really unfortunate with all the bullying. And so that's why I always want to be drama free. I mean, I want to be happy because you know what? When you get bullied or you get caught in the middle of people's drama or whatever, it doesn't do you any good. It's not good for the health.
Plus, I didn't want to make this feel. I don't want to dampen the mood. You know what I mean? Because I was listening to a show that Snowman did the other day where he was paying tribute to a friend that passed away who used to be part of the network. His name was Sean Encarnacion. Rest in peace. The Dark Truth. And it really brought things back to perspective. And we have a lot of fun here. That's the point of the show. We like to entertain each other. We like to crack jokes. We don't take whenever I say anything or I bust Shaw's chops or Browning or Frank or even Snowman. I don't do it. I don't do it from a personal standpoint. I'm just bringing comedy elements to the show because life is too short and you can't take it for granted. And I want to have people know that I'm not. I want to prove people's reputation to me wrong. You know what I mean? I want to show that I am an outgoing person and I do have a personality.
Dude. You are.
So when you look at guys like Sean Encarnacion, who passed away, but he was so driven to be a sportscaster. He was a good guy. He dealt himself with integrity in class. It really brings back things to perspective because when you look at so many people, especially for people from my generation, that are so worried about, oh, we need to be in love with each other. Oh, we need to have this. We're so entitled. We always rush into things. Mm-hmm. We don't take the time to look at where we are and enjoy the moment for what it is. It's something that I deal with. I mean, you guys know all the stuff I've done with wrestling, And sometimes even I feel like I have to do more and I put more pressure on myself. But at the same time, I have to realize that I'm in the position I am because I busted my ass and I deserve what I get now. But at the same time, you know, be grateful for you are. Be grateful for the people that have always been there to support you. And also remember the fact that, yeah, life is short, but you got to make the best out of it. Yeah, it's cliche, but at the same time, do you want to live your life with being miserable or being stuck in the past because things are not going your way? I mean, you have to adapt and evolve in society as well.
Preach it. Preach it. And by the way, I just want to say that when it comes to, for instance, Gluey Hump, the wrestling debate, and Sean, your bowling, that's only for fun. That's because we're friends. We enjoy each other. And by the way, I enjoyed that wrestling debate. Sean, I can't tell you how much I look forward to mocking your bowling, but that's only because we're friends. If anybody here thinks we're doing that because we hate each other, you need to figure out what life is all about because you obviously have no concept. I mock Sean's bowling because he's a friend of mine. I have the wrestling debates with Josh because he's a friend of mine. Friends, you know what? If you're friends, you need to be a little obnoxious to each other. You need to give each other a hard time. That's what friends do. My goodness, they have fun with each other.
Do it. Well, you do it in fun. You realize that, yeah, you guys are busting my job. I know that.
We don't call each other names here.
You know, that's the thing, is that we're just having fun with that.
Yes.
But it's always important to realize, too, that you make sure you don't attack people's personal interests, what they're interested in. You make sure you respect their privacy. You show support. You're always there for them. And you have each other's back. And, of course, you know, life is too short, but it's just the way the world is right now is just unfortunate with the way things are going. You know, some people, it's really, really sad how even in today's world with the way the social media is and the way the world is, it's just really, really sad too that some people can make little things into big things.
All four of us, in a way, where you want to agree or not, shows that we're strong enough people that we believe in ourselves. Because even for somebody like me who's dealt with being lonely a lot, like I've had a lot of friends that have gone out of state, so I've lost touch with them. I don't have a lot of people.
You got me, dude.
I don't have a lot of people to talk to, and sometimes sometimes even I feel like my family doesn't, I don't know, appreciate or care about what I do for a living. And sometimes I feel like I'm like separated or put to the side towards most people in society. So I deal with a lot of loneliness. Like I don't tell a lot of people this, but I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide.
I know that.
I'm proud of who I am. Do I have flaws? Sure, but I'm working at it. But, you know, all of us here that have dealt with our own separate issues, from bullying, insecurities, disabilities, whatever, we still have enough self-confidence to be on camera and be proud of who we are as human beings.
I'm proud of you guys.
No matter if you agree with what we have to see on sports or whatever, it is what it is. But realize the fact that, you know, if you want to be open and honest with who you are, just be who you are.
Although I got to say this, Sean, 10 gutter balls last night? Goodness. Sean, you got to do better than that. I mean, really, 10 gutter balls?
Hey, I'm sure you have shot gutter balls in Wii bowling, so stop it.
There are no gutter balls in Wii bowling. There's only bumpers.
Oh my goodness.
A bad day in the junction. A bad day.
Give up my bowling update.
Oh yeah.
Oh great. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Fire away.
We got more bowling?
Yes, we do.
Tuesday I bought a 133, then the second game I bought a 152.
Oh, Sean, he's up. Oh, that's pretty bad, Sean.
Oh, he's got a 152. I got to catch him.
Next.
Yeah, Sean, you had some serious competition. You got your work cut out for you.
Next.
Yeah, only by 6 pins. If I wouldn't have gotten a gutter ball in that last stupid round, I would have had a chance.
I'd get in shape. Listen, if I were you, I'd be getting in shape.
I got it. Well, yeah, I got the whole summer to work out since in the spring and summer before I have to get ready for the fall semester.
Hey, you know,
Brownie's
coming for you. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to let him win because one thing I know about Brownie is that The fact is that he needs something to be happy about since the LeBron James era in Cleveland's going to be coming to an end again this year. They'll be getting bounced out of the playoffs again. What?
Just let Skip Bayless get on you.
Oh, God.
Let's skip. Oh, my
Skip
God.
Bayless. Anyway, like I said, the only reason why I brought up that thing, I wasn't to make everybody feel bad or anything. I've been really thinking about life and thinking in perspective, especially with the fact that LaShawn just passed away a couple days ago, and those things happen. It is what it is. We're all gonna have our day where we pass away, but we have to make the best out of it, and let's keep fighting, man. Don't stop. Be consistent. Keep busting your ass. If you have a goal, don't let any stupid motherfuckers tell you that you can't do what you can't do, because it's bullshit. You're only responsible for your life. Whether your family agrees with what career you want to do, it's irrelevant. You have to do what's best for you.
Yes, it's your life, dude.
And we're going to keep fighting, and I know Snowman would be proud of me to say this. We're going to keep the fight for the dark truth, and we're going to keep the fight for the Arena Sports Network to get up to the next level, because we have something working here. You got a kick-ass show. I listen to a lot of sports talk radio shows, and I watch a lot of stuff on TV, and there's no more entertainment factor. I'm not saying it because I'm biased. I watch the show, and I generally get a great laughter out of this freaking show, and we bring something interesting to the table. We don't say the same old shit you hear on the radio all the time.
Well, it's like this with the bowling and with the show that I do. It's like with me being a college student and me get my degree done in 9 months, and I'll be very happy about that because that's a huge accomplishment in my life. I have to say it gives me a chance to get away from everything for a while. And you have to have it like that. You have to have a chance to realize that you've got to have fun. You got to relax. You got to get away from everything else going on in the world. And you got to get away from, just drop your work or just get away from it and have fun. And then before you have to get back and work at it again.
Sean, I'd be scared if I were you. Brownie's bowling better than you. There's reason to be really scared.
I have to let him have a chance because he knows that he needs it since LeBron James is an overrated basketball.
Oh my goodness, there's
2 and 4 in the NBA Finals. I see his reaction.
Sympathy for him because he roots for any team LeBron James plays for. You know what?
He's a follower. If he would have stick
care.
The team that has the #1 record in the Eastern Conference that's more dysfunctional than the Bulls are right now. How telling is that?
I have to say this, Browning. What's going to happen when the Bulls knock out the Cavaliers in the first round? What are you going to do there, bud?
That'll be sweet, dude.
Good job, son.
That'll be sweet.
All right, you the props, you freaking hump. There you go.
Well, what's your response, Brownie? Come on, what's your response?
Yeah, what's your response there, buddy?
We're waiting.
I think they're just gonna. I think they're gonna get beat too, but I'm not sure. But I think they are with their trouble they're having right now.
Yeah, Kevin Love and choke artists.
And by the way, you have Tyronn Lue as your head coach. Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn who?
Tyronn who? Wait, let me ask you: is this Tyronn who? Is he the glue of the Cavaliers?
No.
You're like our Josh Lopez.
But weren't you all surprised that David Blatt was fired, or were you not surprised? I wasn't surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, God, no.
I knew before the season started that the Cavaliers were going to struggle. No matter what team they are, I knew they were going to struggle. You don't get embarrassed at home by the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals and they expect to be, they're going to be super dominant. It's BS. Anyways, before we move on here, we have a lot of NFL talk to get into because, man, I've never seen so many signings in my life yesterday, man. It was ridiculous. I'll be going over the contracts and who went to who and all that fun stuff, and we'll talk about the winners and losers from day one. Obviously, free agency is a fun part of the NFL offseason. It goes through a couple of weeks and even months even before the NFL draft happens. Oh, by the way, NFL draft back in Chicago again. Yes. Yes.
I'll be a Hey, by the way,
I honestly think that probably Skip Bayless is not going to appreciate that. He says, "What's there to do in Chicago?" He'll probably be PO'd and say, Oh, that's just a boring place to put it in
What's
Chicago.
there to do in Chicago? There's a lot
Yeah,
to
what
do.
the hell's there to do in Connecticut? What the hell's there to do in Connecticut?
Yeah.
Besides going to the WWE headquarters.
Yeah, isn't he from Oklahoma too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Oklahoma. He was born in Oklahoma.
Okay, outside of going to an Oklahoma City Thunder game, what's there to do in Oklahoma City?
Hey,
Go chase tornadoes.
Although,
besides,
yeah, that too.
besides Jim Ross, there's no good
Oh, I
people that
forgot
come
about
from
Jim
Oklahoma.
Ross. There you go. Well, Nicholas Spiva. Hold on, don't forget about
Nicholas
Buzzy.
Spiva,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nicholas Spiva rules, dude. Hey, you know what?
Yes,
This is Nicholas Spiva. That's one thing you can do in Oklahoma.
yes.
Well, don't you have what do you mean? You got Press Row Central. Don't you still do that there, Frank, with Nicholas?
No, I'm hanging out with you guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay, probably
No,
scheduled
dude.
for
No, dude. I signed the free agent deal to join you guys.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I signed.
There you go.
I didn't sign him a $72 million contract, unlike one Brock Osweiler.
Should we get into that now?
Yeah, so hold up, Sean. I'm going to be going over this free agent thing. If
Okay,
that's
it's up. Yeah, go ahead, bud. We're following you there.
Let me just go to my link here. Sometimes this computer acts so freaking slow. It's annoying. But you did bring up Brock Osweiler. He is heading to Houston, and he'll also be joined by Lamar Miller, the former running back by the Miami Dolphins. So it's looking like Houston picked up the pieces they needed because they cut Arian Foster a few weeks ago, and I was like, who the hell is going to be their running back? Alfred Blue? The guy's a freaking schmuck. Guy can't play.
You guys saw that wild card game against the Chiefs and how bad it was.
How boring it was.
Yeah, that too. Bad, boring. Boredom. What else can we think of another word that starts with B as far as that game? Boring. Let's see. Boring. Bad.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous. There you go. Well, you know, hey. By the way, I gotta check here. Is the Texans? Let me ask you: did the Texans go to Denver next year? That would be cool if they do.
I don't know.
I hope they do.
Well, you know what? Denver, in my view, with this move, and it's been a rough week now for Bronco fans. Okay, they win the Super Bowl back on the first Sunday in February. My view of it is, okay, Peyton Manning is going to retire. Brock Osweiler is leaving. He is going to, of course, sign that 5 years. Actually, it's a 4-year deal worth $72 million. That's according to what Adam Schefter reported. My view of it is, gentlemen, Denver, to me, looks like going to be a 2-14 team next year, or maybe a 5-11 team. Who's going to be the quarterback that's going to lead this team? Who's going to be the leader of that team? John Elway, in my view, has got a major decision to make about who he wants.
Whatever you do not sign Colin Kaepernick.
Dude, that's the rumor. That's the rumor. That is the rumor. You talk about degrading. There you go.
Actually, I saw something on Twitter that said, is it possible that RG3 could go to Denver and be the Broncos quarterback? There's still a possibility with that.
God bless America. RG3, Colin Kaepernick. Hey, Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel's there. Hey, you know what?
RG3.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If I'm John Elway, you know what I'm doing? Tim,
yeah.
do you remember when you remember a few years ago when you were able to beat the Steelers in that wild card game? Yeah, remember? Hey, how'd you like to come back?
Frank.
Why are you doing that, Frank?
Doing that, they don't have a quarterback.
Frank, what is
all right?
Doing that?
All right, boys, let's get to some other things before I lose my mind on Tim Tebow. Anyway, Michael Griffin, the free safety, is heading to the Minnesota Vikings. His run with the Tennessee Titans is over. Ladarius Green, the tight end, he's heading to Pittsburgh. Chris Ivory, I was surprised by this. New York Jets running back, he's going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's spending a lot of money, which I'm really surprised by. Brad Nortman, popular punter. Usually see him at the Pro Bowl. He's leaving Carolina to go to Jacksonville.
Wow.
Derek Shelby, defensive end from Miami. He's not that bad, actually. He's going to Atlanta. Other notable ones, like we mentioned earlier, Sean Smith going from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Oakland Raiders. That's a big get there. Let's see what else is on the docket. Oh, Rashard Matthews, the wide receiver from Miami, guys. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's going to Tennessee.
Oh.
He'll be joining DeMarco Murray on that list as
How do you
well.
remember? Yeah, it's tough to know all these free agent signings because
The way I look at it with Tennessee is that they have been pretty aggressive this week with some of their moves. I still say the big one was getting DeMarco Murray, but if they need to add another piece, that's fine. But Tennessee still has a lot of holes they need to fill to be competitive in the AFC South next year.
Kobe Fleener, the tight end from the Colts, he's heading to the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm surprised.
That's a good deal for New Orleans.
I'm surprised by that, Frank, because I thought Benjamin Watson, even though they missed the playoffs, had a really good year last year. So why would they need another tight end?
Well, here's the thing. Drew Brees loves those tight ends. He really does. I mean, remember those years with Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Brees, the tight end is huge when it comes to the passing game, Bluey Hump.
Yeah. Welcome, Serena. Thanks for checking out the show.
Good to see you. And shout out to Gabe and LJ.
LJ.
Hey, how you doing?
Let's get into some of the Chicago Bear news free agency. Let's talk about the re-signings first. They're bringing back Tracy Porter for a 3-year contract, which I like because Tracy Porter was probably one of the only good players on the Bears defense last year. And I thought it was a smart move. Also, they signed tackle from the Arizona Cardinals, Bobby Massey. That was a big gift because now Kyle Long can move back to guard now. That was a really big gift for the Bears yesterday. And also the big news, guys, Danny Trevathan from the Super Bowl winning Broncos, the inside linebacker, is now a Chicago Bear for a 4-year contract.
Yeah, don't you think John Fox has something to do with that?
John Fox
I think has everything to do with
That's
that.
a lot.
Yep, John Fox does, and he wants to get this Bears team right on top again. Look at the jobs that he did with the Carolina Panthers. Okay, Carolina had some really, really bad years under John Fox, then they went to the Super Bowl in 2003. Then he took Denver, the 2013 Broncos, to the Super Bowl, ended up losing to Seattle, and we all know about that. But one thing about John Fox is this. It's like if you give the man a few years, it doesn't take long. He finds a way he finds a way to get the team deeper into the playoffs and maybe potentially a Super Bowl.
Well, key is for the Bears just get into the playoffs. Just get into the
Yeah, but I have to agree though too.
Let's win games at home first, X.
Oh my goodness, that was bad. Only one home win last year. That was terrible. Where's the Charles Barkley soundbite?
Let me ask you guys something real quick. The Colts cut Andre Johnson yesterday, which really caught me by surprise. Frank, you think Andre Johnson would be a good veteran option for the Bears?
I think the Bears could use a number of veteran options. And as far as Andre Johnson goes, here's a guy that would be a pretty good spark to the offense, considering that you only have one main go-to guy in Alshon Jeffrey. Yes, I would have to say, even at 34 is older, not old for a wide receiver. So I would say for Andre Johnson, who only caught 4 touchdowns last year, maybe a change of scenery would be good. I say go with it. Go for it.
Josh and Frank, before we move on to other stuff, just where do you both kind of right now see the Bears at? Do you see them being a 10-6 team, or do you see them winning 10 or more games?
I think they'll be more improved than they were for the last 2 seasons, Sean. I think this free agency period is going to be really big. And I think I heard this from Ryan Pace when they had the NFL scouting combine, Frank. I think you heard this too. He was really excited with the fact that the Bears have 9 draft picks.
That's huge.
Yes. Draft. And now it's very important to look where the Bears can get guys from the draft that could play right now at the same time. So this would be very interesting what they do with that number 11 pick. A lot of people could say a linebacker. I would actually go for a safety or a cornerback. That'd be my option. I think Pernell McPhee had a really good year last year. No, I don't care what anybody says. That guy had a really good year for the Bears. Willie Young led the team in sacks. He was an inside linebacker in that 3-4 scheme. And also Lamar Houston coming out of the ACL surgery. He had a really good year as well. So I think the Bears do take a step in the right direction because they have the right approach in this off season.
If you look
Frank,
at
what's your Frank, let's get to you. Let's get to your thoughts.
Let me speak here. If you look at teams that have been successful, I'll be honest, one of them is the rivals to the north, the Green Bay Packers. They have done a great job with drafts. And the Bears, this is a crucial draft for the Bears based on the fact they got 9 picks. I mean, they could take a position player from just about everywhere. So this draft is more crucial for the Chicago Bears, I think, Josh, than in years past.
Now, I have to say this, too, with the Green Bay Packers, though, that, the Bears want to overtake, of course, their long time rival, the Green Bay Packers. Minnesota, I'm just going to go over the NFC North quickly. The Minnesota Vikings, of course, was a year that nobody expected them to be very good, but they did. But I don't expect them to be good next year. I don't think they're going to be good. The Detroit Lions, of course, I don't think they had a miserable year. I don't think they recovered from that controversial loss against Dallas. The Packers, I sometimes think, though, that there's going to come a point where Mike McCarthy's going to be on the hot seat. If Green Bay doesn't make the playoffs, Mike McCarthy could have very well been out the door as Packers head coach. And then with the Bears, they're being aggressive. John Fox is like saying, I want this Bears team to be good. He goes, look at the job I did in Carolina and look at the job I did with Denver.
Finally.
Let's go to some of the other notable signings as well. I was really surprised with the fact that the Giants spent over $200 million yesterday in defensive player signings. We'll try to catch up with all the guys they signed yesterday.
Victor Cruz is back.
Victor Cruz.
Don't forget salsa dancing.
But you know what? The thing with the Giants, though, Frank, let's get this straight about the Giants, okay? The Giants are a team that, they won the Super Bowl in 2011. The last few years have just kind of gone downhill for them again. Tom Coughlin is not there. The Giants are realizing that, especially Eli Manning is knowing that he's going to have to learn a totally new offensive system for the Giants. And the Giants know that the NFC East is going to be competitive again. I would expect that the Redskins are going to be much improved this year because, of course, they want to get Kirk Cousins. Browning, the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they lost to Marco Murray, hopefully maybe they'll bounce back. I would have thought, Browning, too, that the Eagles would have been a better team, but they were 13-3 last year. And then, of course, you got the Dallas Cowboys. And, Dallas knowing that with Tony Romo coming back, Romo, again, takes one big hit. Then they're going to have to realize that they're going to have to go with their backup quarterback. Dallas, in my view, will not be good again because Romo, again, is an aging old quarterback. And that's why Jerry Jones, I think, needs to either do one thing, and that is find a good backup quarterback or even draft a good backup quarterback in the NFL draft next month.
Oliver Vernon from the Dolphins, he's heading to the New York Giants. That was one of the big signs they got yesterday. Also, Victor Cruz before Frank rips my head off again. Speaking of other teams,
rip your own head off.
The Seahawks lost a lot of players yesterday. Brandon Mebane, he's going to the Chargers. Bruce Irvin, we mentioned the other day, he's going to the Oakland Raiders.
Raiders!
I have to ask you.
Hold up, Sean. Let me get out of some of these other guys before we head to the update. Matt Castle, he's going to be a backup quarterback in Tennessee. Matt Schaub is Matt Schaub is going to be leaving the Baltimore Ravens and Mark Trestman for the Atlanta Falcons, which caught me by surprise. And one of the other big signings from the AFC, the New York Jets signed Matt Forte to a 3-year contract. Yeah,
all right,
Matt Forte is going to the New York Jets.
I got 2 questions to ask you, but all of you. First, with the Seattle Seahawks, do you all think that the Seahawks are going to be a team that's not going to be a big threat in the NFC because of all the losses of their players and Marshawn Lynch? And again, you mentioned about the Jets and Matt Forte. How much of a threat are the Jets in that AFC East next for 2016?
If the Jets can bolster their offensive line, they'll be a big problem. Ryan Fitzpatrick was sacked way too much last year. That's why they missed the playoffs.
They need a better quarterback. They need better play from the quarterback position.
I don't know. With Fitzpatrick, he seemed like a steady quarterback.
Good last year, Frank.
I know, but he's got to take the next step, though.
Browning, how do you view Matt Forte going to the Jets, and what do you think of the losses of the Seattle Seahawks?
I think the Seahawks are going to be really not that good since they lost Marshawn Lynch to retirement. And then about the Jets, I don't know. We'll see what happens next season. But they almost made it to the playoffs, but they got beat out by someone that was about to go into the playoffs.
You know, where I live, I think the mood is kind of low right now for the Seahawks because, they lost Marshawn Lynch to retirement. Then they've lost key pieces to their team. So I don't know. Could Pete Carroll be on the hot seat next year for the Seahawks? I don't know about. I don't think so either. Because
this is not like Green Bay. This is not like Green Bay and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
correct. Anyway, guys, before we head to the update, this one I made a promise to everybody that I was going to go over some of the guys that the Giants did re-sign and did sign. The first move for the Los Angeles Rams, they lose Janoris Jenkins, a very good cornerback. He's going to the Giants. Also, Damon Harrison, the nose tackle for the Jets, ironically, is now heading to the New York Giants. So, hey, he doesn't have to move that far anyway. So, good for him. Anyways, let's put a ribbon to this portion of our NFL free agency report. We'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. Is that okay with you guys? We can talk a little bit more about it in depth tomorrow. Anyway, Bronny, we want to thank you so much for joining us today, buddy. We appreciate it. The Snowman has finally arrived, and hopefully we can get Snowman in after this first Sports Drive update of the day.
Yeah, we need him for the bash hour.
All right. Thank you very much there, Josh. Thank you, Browning, and thank you, Frank, and everybody listening in. I'm Sean Mann for the only update of the day for the Sports Drive. Let's start with last night's finals in the NBA. The Charlotte Hornets beat the New Orleans Pelicans by a score of 122-113. Kemba Walker added 35 points for the Hornets, and Anthony Davis added 40 for the Pelicans. The Houston Rockets defeat the worthless Philadelphia 76ers 118-104. James Harden had 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Robert Covington for Philadelphia had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Boston Celtics have been red hot at home lately. They have won their 14th straight home game. They beat Memphis 116-96. The last time the Celtics won 14 straight games at home, you got to go back all the way to the 1990-91 season at the old Boston Garden when the Celtics, of course, that was one of the toughest places for the opposition to play back in those days. Different era now. JaMychal Green had 17 points for Memphis. Evan Turner had 16 points for Boston. The Bucks over the Heat 114-108. Chris Middleton had 22 points. Hasten Whiteside had 23 points for the Miami Heat. The Pistons over the Mavericks. Wow, Dallas losing again at home. The Detroit Pistons 102-96. Andre Drummond had 25 points. Dirk Nowitzki had 25 for the Dallas Mavericks. The New York Knicks all over the Phoenix Suns 128-97. Thunder over the Clippers in a key, maybe potential playoff matchup, maybe in the semifinals of the Western Conference 120-108. The Cavaliers over the Kings, 120-111. LeBron James had 25 points for the Cavs. DeMarcus Cousins had 29 for Sacramento. And lastly, the Golden State Warriors remain undefeated at home still. They destroyed the Utah Jazz 115-94. Tonight's action in the NBA, it'll be the Hawks at the Raptors. The doubleheader on TNT. The first game will be the Bulls at the Spurs. That game's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific between Chicago and San Antonio. The Spurs are 30-0 at home. The Bulls will look to try to hand the Spurs their first loss of the NBA regular season. The other game following the Bulls and Spurs is the other game on TNT. It'll be the last time that LeBron James and Kobe Bryant will face off. They've had some great matchups over the years between Kobe and LeBron because Kobe is retiring after this year.
And it's TNT worthy
for the 2015-2016 season. So Cavs-Lakers following the Bulls and the Spurs. In the other game, it'll be the Suns taking on the Denver Nuggets. In the NHL, here is what we have for tonight's action. Can't get too far back because we got to keep moving forward. Hurricanes at the Bruins, Sabres at the Canadiens, Jets at Red Wings, Senators at Panthers, Oilers at Wild, and lastly, the Devils are taking on the Sharks. And, of course, in some NFL news to report, Brock Osweiler signing a 4-year, $76 million contract with the Houston Texans. Peyton Manning retires, so Denver does not have themselves a starting quarterback. So Gary Kubiak, John Elway, and the Broncos ownership have got a lot of stuff to talk about. Matt Forte, of course, is going to the New York Jets. And, of course, a lot of other big moves as the NFL free agency is in full swing. I'm Sean Mann for the only update of the day. Let's go back to Josh Lopez, Frank Sprankle, and hopefully we'll get the Snowman on here soon. Oh, yeah, he was already there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Right here on the Radio Sports Network. Snowman, you can hop on in if you want.
Yeah, we need to put Waiting for the bear shower.
Hopefully he's there. It says he's in the room.
We need him for the bear shower.
I had to.
Yeah, he told me to give him the link, so I gave him the link. So hopefully he'll be able to get in too.
Snowman makes Bashing Skippy worth more. He really does.
Well, Frank, I kind of have to tell you, I know we got other stuff we have to get to. Kind of going back to the Jets, I disagree with you. I think with Ryan Fitzpatrick,
it's good.
I don't think it's a bad move for the Jets. I don't think a lot of people didn't think that he was going to be that good for the Jets, but he actually was. That team went 10-6, and he was pretty impressive. I'd have to say he was a lot better than what Geno Smith did, because Geno Smith was an interception machine.
Geno Smith. Wait. Let's name all the Jets quarterbacks leading up to Mark Sanchez. Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow. Let's name all the mediocre quarterbacks the Jets had before Fitzpatrick showed up.
Well, you got to remember this too, okay? You go all the way back to the days of Joe Namath. Okay, the Jets have had to go quarterback after quarterback.
Oh,
they had Richard
goodness,
Todd,
back to before I was born.
Ken O'Brien. They had they also had Neil O'Donnell at one time.
Denny Testaverde.
Yes.
Denny Testaverde was a very good quarterback.
Very
he had
good.
one good year, which was 1998. But the Jets have had to go through, and then don't forget Brett Favre in 2000.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, the thing is, he really didn't do much with the Jets. That's why I forgot.
2007 was the most boring football season I've ever seen in my entire life.
How was 2000
terrible?
How was it boring?
Because the Patriots and the Giants were in the Super Bowl that year. That's why it was boring.
Yeah, but you know what? It was bad for Sean because the Patriots were undefeated and lost in Glendale on the biggest play in Super Bowl history.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The fact that they had a chance to go after Eli Manning, they had him sacked, and then the one I'll never forget, Tyree gripping the football with his helmet. I thought, unbelievable. Thank goodness the Boston Celtics actually made up for it that way and the NBA Finals. But with the Jets, I know what you've been saying, Frank. It depends on what will end up happening with their quarterback situation, because nobody really knows if Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be back.
Here's the problem. I'm gonna be honest, and Sean, I'm not doing this to kiss up to you. God knows I don't kiss up to anybody. But as long as you have Tom Brady in that division playing for the New England Patriots, as long as you have Brady and Belichick still in that division, it is very, very tough. And Tom Brady, we were talking about Peyton Manning. The thing is, with age, Peyton Manning has not fared well, but with age, Tom Brady really has.
It's still tough.
It's still tough.
It'll also depend a lot this year on what happens with the remaining Deflategate case. I'm not going to try to get into that too much because we can't.
Hopefully.
Talk about that. We've talked about that enough as it is. But if Brady does get suspended, the AFC East could be a totally different division for parts of the season for 2016. It's going to be interesting. It just depends on what those judges decide.
Boys, let's get into On the State Sports History, shall we?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
History.
All right. There's only five of them, actually. On this day, 1920, Joe Malone of the Quebec Bulldogs at the time scored 6 goals against the Ottawa Senators.
Was that 1920?
Yes, 1920.
No, there was a team called the Ottawa Senators at one time.
All right, next one here. On this day, 1941, the Brooklyn Dodgers announced that their players would begin wearing batting helmets during the 1941 season. Remember the days where you just wore your baseball cap and swing at the ball?
You know what?
Don't worry about a helmet.
You know what? I gotta tell you. And last week I was watching a Cubs-Phillies game from July 1969. This was a week before man walked on the moon. It was an NBC Saturday game of the week. It was recorded on Kinescope. There was one player for the Phillies. I can't remember who he was that did wear a cap. Seriously, at the plate.
Well, I like now that you have to have those helmets there. I have a lot of books on Ted Williams, and of course I'm trying to finish up that book called The Teammates. Hopefully we'll get the Snowman in here soon. And during that time, back in those days in the 40s and 50s, and parts of the 40s and 50s, that's when they started wearing hats. They didn't think it was going to be the baseball was going to be a problem, but it actually was, because remember what happened with the first base coach? He got hurt. He actually died after the first base coach.
Pitchers need better protection. Pitchers.
Now I like the fact that you've got the third base and the third base and the first base coach that wear the helmets now. I think
Not good enough. Not good enough. The pitchers need better protection.
But you got to be aware where that baseball goes because you can get whacked really bad. I know.
Let's go to the next one here. On this day, 1993, Sherry Davis became the first woman to be the PA voice of a major league team. She was the public address announcer for the San Francisco Giants.
Isn't she still? She still is, actually.
Isn't she still? Yeah, I think she is. I think
she still is.
I think she's still the PA announcer.
On this day, 2002, ESPN aired a season on the brink. It was the first original motion picture by ESPN. The movie was about Bobby Knight.
Oh, I saw it when it debuted. Pretty nice. Who was it? It was Brian Dennehy that played Bobby Knight.
I remember that too when he did because Brian Dennehy plays Bobby Knight.
Yeah,
and of course
1985. It's the 85-86 IU basketball season.
Still can't believe he threw that chair on the court because he got a technical foul and he got ejected. Bobby Knight.
Classic. Are you nuts? That was classic. That's one of the best moments in sports.
The only another bad moment with Bobby Knight was when he choked one of his players. That was in the late 90s.
They
actually forced him to be fired, didn't it?
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna have you upload or grab the Skippy Bayless theme song that I sent you the other day because we're about to get into bash hour soon.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, so I thought Snowman was sending me a text. I hope we can get him in there, or I will. I got another way of doing it.
Yeah, we did the Snowman for the bash hour, especially.
Yes. Don't forget, Brian, on the top on the Blab app, it shows a camera sign. Just click to whatever camera or microphone set you're using, and you should hop on it pretty easily.
I'll tell you what, nobody knew how to throw a chair like Bobby Knight. Seriously. I mean,
you got to remember, that was around, what was it, September of 2000, August? Yeah, it was
September 2000. You're right. That's when he was fired.
I remember he got fired as coach of Indiana, and there were some students that were starting a protest at the Indiana.
They were pissed, Sean. I remember it very well.
The last on the state quote of the day was the Todd Bertuzzi having a press conference for getting suspended the whole season for that hit I mentioned on Tuesday. So that's a wrap for On This Day in sports history. We're about to wrap up the first hour of the Sports Drive in just a couple seconds, waiting for the Snowman to arrive, if you will.
He's having
word from Dusty Rhodes.
Difficulty, Sean?
Gentlemen, he is having difficulty, so what I've got another routine.
Dude, it's almost like we can't start the bash hour without him.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, put on your speaker.
There we need for the bash hour especially.
Good job, Sean.
Thanks. Thank you. Browning, you can call in if you want. Hello there, Snowman.
Perfect timing.
You there?
I'm here.
All right, here we go.
We need you, buddy.
Before we do the introduction, I am going to hold on, get this thing fired up. Yes, download it. I'm waiting for this thing to load up. Here we go.
It's been one of those kind of days.
Here we go.
It is time for the Skippy Bayless Bash. Skip Bayless talks crap all day long, and now it is our turn. We all know Bayless is a moron, but now the Jockstars fight back.
Can we hear it one more time, please? One more time.
One more time.
I'm just going to do that.
Yes.
One more time. Hold on. I got to find this. Okay. Fire up, you stupid thing. I don't have all day. I don't want to get busted.
It is time for the Skippy Bayless Bash. Skip Bayless talks crap all day long, and now it is our turn. We all know Bayless is a moron, but now the Jockstars fight back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Aftershock Man is ready, which is Frank Sprinkle. We've got Browning in the house as he's ready to get a big perspective, and I can't wait to see his expressions. And Snowman's. Josh will be reading the quotes, and I'm going to be having laughter and getting up and walking because of his ridiculous stuff. It's the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Dude, it's almost like you're crying when you're about to say crying because you're so happy.
Get your aftershocks
Tears of
ready,
joy.
there, you.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of which, Bluey Hump, how many are there?
There is 17.
Whoa.
Oh gosh, Snowman, 17 mice.
Dude, I may sue Skip Bayless by the
Hey,
time this afternoon
hey,
is over.
hey, Sean, put the snowman on speakerphone.
I need to laugh and I need to spew out some anger. Let's go.
It's almost like everybody do these days.
Let's go.
Hold up, snowman. It's great to hear your voice, brother.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
Come on, Snowman.
good to be with y'all, even though it's on the short term because I'm having my office finished. It's good to be with y'all. Let's roll. Let's
We
do
need
it.
you for the bash hour.
And we got Snowman. We got Browning in the house. He's taking your spot. He'll substitute for today, but we'll be back.
No, he's not. We got 5. He's here.
That is so cool. Thanks for sitting in for me, Brownie, while I get everything done here.
More bashing, the better. That's what I say. More bashing, the better.
He says, "You're welcome, Snowman. Are we ready to have some fun on the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour?"
All right.
Our shocks are ready.
My head was about to explode last night while I was finishing typing this document for today's bash hour. I got the tab right next to me. I'm looking at these quotes right now. I'm not even looking at the camera on Blab here to see your facial expressions. That's how many quotes I have here right now.
Facial expressions.
Anyway, Skippy Bayless said that
Oh, God bless America.
my Boston Celtics are overrated and they will be bounced from the playoffs from my Cleveland Cavaliers.
Talk about a
I'm not
blood
going to say a word. Well, actually, yeah, because I know Sean's going to take the brunt of this. But y'all know my statement. That's a great A. Tonight's whole team. Bullshit.
Defer to Sean. Listen, I think we should defer to Sean. Sean.
Skip Bayless.
Take it, Sean.
Skip Bayless, you are full of shit like the Christmas goose. You think, honestly, that the Celtics are overrated. Let's see, Skip Bayless. 14 straight home wins. Last time they won 14 straight was when Larry Bird was playing, which was 1990-91. They are much improved than they were last year. Overrated? You're just jealous because the Boston Celtics have won 17 NBA championship banners up there in those nice, awesome rafters up there, even though I miss the old Boston Garden and they play in the TD Bank North Garden. Mm-hmm. And you call them overrated?
Yep, he does.
You know what, Skip Bayless? You're overrated. You're the most overrated broadcaster in all of sports. And if anybody who needs to be booted and fired and booted off of sports, it should not have been Mike Ditka. It should have been you.
You're fired.
Mike
Can
Ditka.
I get a witness here?
You can get Josh as a witness, Snowman, because Josh was upset that Mike Ditka was let go by ESPN.
Well, I mean, they're already close to Snowman. There's no witnesses.
This was yesterday. They let him go yesterday. They booted him.
He gone.
Wait. Penalty flag on the field. They let.
Yep.
I'll give my rant on that tomorrow.
There you go. That will take a half hour at least. That will take a half hour.
And you know who they got to replace them? Matt Hasselbeck is taking over for Mike Ditka.
Bullshit.
You know, there's going to be a new show on ESPN. It's going to be Hasselbeck and Hasselbeck.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Time out. Personal foul. Let me use a little basketball lingo. Personal foul. No. Try again. Flagrant foul. You mean to tell me they replaced a legendary coach who knows the game of football with a has-been quarterback?
Yes, they did. Yep.
Save it for tomorrow. Save it for
Oh, I cannot wait to hear
I
what.
will save it for tomorrow because that's my opening rant.
Okay. Hey, to add on to that, boys. Yeah, I'm gonna steal a phrase from Snowman. That's straight back ass words and grade A homogenized Holstein bullshit. The fact that I have to watch Keyshawn Johnson blabble and believe in it's a real analyst makes me sick.
Why? Y'all wonder why I hate ESPN as much as I do.
All right, here we go. Here's the next one.
Can we declare war on ESPN?
Skippy Bayless said that mine.
Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Of course, the Golden State Warriors would break the Bulls' 96 record. They're playing in the softest era in the history of basketball.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, what was that again?
Oh.
Yeah, what
boy.
was that again?
The softest era in basketball, the Golden State Warriors. I'm out of here. Snowman, take the floor.
Well, it's certainly not a good era,
I
Bill.
want to hear that again so I can be sure I heard this bullshit correctly.
Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead, Snowman.
No, he wants to hear that
Oh, you want
quote
me to
again.
report again? Okay.
Yeah, he wants to say that quote again.
I want to hear it again to be
Yeah,
sure
here
I
we
heard
go.
it correctly before I go completely the hell off.
I'm just happy we don't have to see your face. Guys, are you happy that Snowman's not joining us on Blab? We don't have to see his face.
Oh, he's going to be upset tomorrow,
Okay,
Frank.
all
Be
right,
careful.
we need complete and utter silence here. Okay. Oh, you pinged up?
He had to go for a second. So
Oh,
he has to.
come on.
He had to
I'm
go. I
fucking
know. I
serious.
hated it. What the hell does he have to go for? Damn.
No, man. Is Jody going after him or something? What the hell's going on?
I hope not. The softest era in basketball. You know what, Skip Bayless? You don't even know anything about this Warriors team. I've always even Snowman agrees. Even Snowman agrees with me, and if Josh would agree with me, and Frank would agree with me, and yes, you too, Browning, you'd agree with me too. They have got too many weapons. Too many weapons, and they're tough to beat.
I wouldn't call the Golden State Warriors soft, John, but I will say this year may be the worst basketball I've seen ever. There's so many terrible teams. I can't even blink my eyes. I can't even have a full hand of teams that I could really say they're really, really good teams. That's how many bad teams are out there. When you have the Golden State Warriors always fighting the New Orleans Pelicans or the Utah Jazz, of course they're going to be winning a bunch of games left and right, man. They got no competition. They're in the same division as the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Does that say anything?
Oh, yeah, but here we go.
That is blasphemous.
Yes, it is blasphemous.
How dare you say such a thing?
4 more losses, Warriors, please. At least tie the record. 4 more losses.
Oh, you want them to because you want the Bulls to still have that record.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
I'm hoping they break it. Are you nuts? Yeah, I am. Go Warriors.
Frank, you're lucky you're surviving in Chicago or even in
I'm revoking your Bulls fan card after that comment. Go Warriors, scratch my ass.
Dude, wait. Are you gonna pull my man card too?
No, I'm revoking your Bulls fan card. That's what I'm doing.
I don't have a Bulls fan card.
But you know what? The biggest question will be is that, you know, if that really happens, if the Warriors really do break the Bulls record, which team was better, the 96 Bulls or the 2016 Warriors? That would be the biggest
Bulls
question.
by a long shot.
Because of Michael Jordan, that's why.
Because of the Michael Jordan era, yeah.
Not even because of Jordan, because of defense. The Warriors play no defense.
But you know
Period.
something? You know something else? The pressure will be on the Golden State Warriors because everybody will be picking them to win. And if the Warriors were to lose in the NBA playoffs and get booted out instead of going to the finals, oh my gosh, that would be just, oh man. That would be the biggest shock in sports.
All right, boys, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I'm ready, dude.
In the meanwhile, Sean, text Snowman, see if he's ready to come back on.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, Skippy Bale said that my Los Angeles Angels will win the AL West this year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Some Albert Pujols, yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. He does work for ESPN, which is owned by Disney. Don't you think there's some irony around that too?
Correct.
You know,
Yeah, I bet you there's something up with that.
the Angels have not won a World Series in 14 years. Mike Scioscia is a good manager, but you have to remember this about the Angels. They're 10-22 since 2002. So it's like ever since they won that World Series, things have gone downhill for them. I believe when we made our picks, if I remember correctly, I had the Angels like being 82 and 80, 83 and 79, that they were not going to make the playoffs. The thing that's amazing about the Angels, they always go after all these big all-stars in the talent, and they're favored to do well, and they still fold.
Yep. Bullshit. Is Snowman back or no?
I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Yeah,
I get a message.
All right.
I don't know if I want him back. I don't want to see his face with all these ridiculous
Well,
quotes.
he's pissed off about that Warriors comment, Frank.
You know what?
Pissed off
I
about
don't
Ditka.
want to see
I'm
his
gonna
face.
have to repeat that quote from a few minutes ago because that's what he wanted to hear.
Anyway, he's pissed off about Ditka too, and so are you.
Oh, we
Joe.
got to hear that tomorrow. By the way, that's a tease for tomorrow's show.
Yes. Always a good reason to tune into the Sports Drive, the best sports talk show in the world.
We got a big rant tomorrow.
Period. Skippy
Exclamation
Bayless
point.
said that the Big Show is a 7-foot tall dumbass.
Oh, finally, the wrestling ones. Wait. So he's a 7-foot tall dumbass? Well, get in the ring, then we'll find out who's the dumbass.
Yeah. Hey, Skippy
Find out
Bayless.
who the true dumbass is.
Skippy Bayless, you're a 5'3" anorexic dumbass. So how
much
about
does he
that?
weigh?
You know what? I'll have my money on Josh. If Josh took him on in the ring, I'll have my money on Frank or Browning. If anybody wanted to take Skip Bayless on in the ring, he'd get his ass kicked in the first round, probably in a few seconds. And then be like,
Big
Show-
Show,
Big
oh.
Big Show.
Big
boy.
Show- Big Show wouldn't even have to give him the knockout punch. He could just chop him in the chest and Skippy Bayless will shut up. All right, next one here. Skippy Bayless said that my Los Angeles Kings will win the Stanley Cup this year because they're better than the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh my god! Now Skip Bayless has. Oh my god! Skip Bayless loves Los Angeles all of a sudden. Why is that?
I'm actually going to leave on this one, okay, because that's addressed toward two diehard Blackhawk fans that have seen the Blackhawks win 3 cups. They're the dynasty. Skip Bayless, you're so jealous of the Celtics, and now you're jealous of Chicago. You probably say it's a worthless town, not a good place to live in. And then you're dissing the Blackhawks because they won 3 cups. Shut up!
What's this with Los Angeles now that Skip Bayless loves all of a sudden? I don't
What
get
is it?
this.
You know what? If he likes
Bandwagon.
LA so much, if he likes LA, he should just move
Yeah.
out of Connecticut and go move to LA. Go have fun in Disneyland.
Yeah, all of a
Who
sudden-
would want to live in Connecticut anyway, to be honest?
Wait, let me ask you. So will the Rams now be considered my Los Angeles
Yes.
Rams before
Yes.
you know it?
Yes.
I went to my word.
He'll probably say, my Los Angeles Rams are going to win the Super Bowl now that they're back in LA. That's what he's going to probably say later on in the year.
He's probably gonna say. He's probably gonna say Nick Foles is a hero to children everywhere and a good example, and Jeff Fisher coach of the year and all of that.
Skippy Bayless said that he's gonna go with Donald Trump for president.
Wait, Skip Bayless. Wait a minute. Skip. This is about sports. It's not about politics. Shame on you for bringing sports into politics. I have many political viewpoints, but I never bring them on this show. Shame on you.
It's a WWE point too because Donald Trump is a celebrity inductee in the WWE Hall of Fame. Brownie knows that.
Dude, leave politics out of sports talk. Shame on Skip Bayless. He should have a sports.
I'll wait until the summer and when things really pick up, when the conventions come, and then of course the debates. Yeah, Josh, the
There's
Republican
too many
National
debates,
Convention.
man. There's already been 30 fucking debates already on this damn thing. Can we get to the voting already?
Yeah, it's like running for president is a job within itself.
Get to the damn voting. That's funny, Josh. Not
Like,
until
seriously, I don't need to hear Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders run their mouth. Like, seriously.
Hensel
come
Boosters,
on.
love Landers, everybody else loves Bernie Sanders.
Election day is November 8th. That's what it is. It's November 8th.
Let's leave all
So
this
we-
out right
hold
now.
up.
Come on.
That's not for another 8 months.
We need another 8 months of running their mouths.
I'm afraid
Yes.
we do.
Alright.
I'm afraid we do.
Yeah, and then because everybody's got to make their speculations on who's going to win the election.
This country is damned no matter who wins.
Okay, well, wait, let me ask you this.
I'm glad I don't represent any side.
So let me ask you this: if I win the presidency of the United States and I'll be 35 on August 6th, which means I can legally be president, does this mean this country is damned if I become president?
Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What would the Sprinkle administration do?
Cut foreign aid?
Yeah, there would be a blue Bumblebee clothing line.
Dude, blue Bumblebee clothing line. How would that look like?
He would wear his blue Bumblebee outfit to the State of the Union. Hello, I'm Frank Sprite. Here's my blue Bumblebee outfit.
Hey, you know what?
The White House is going to be covered with thumbtacks and barbed wire. And
you know what I would have in the White House? Seriously, you know how Richard Nixon installed a bowling lane? You know what I would have? Seriously, I'd have a ring in the back, and we'd have matches all the time. Every Friday night would be my wrestling night. Seriously. Friday night would be nothing but wrestling.
What's going on, Gary? Thanks for checking out the show.
Nice to see you there, bud. Thanks for coming out.
Next Skippy quote here. Skippy Bayless said that my Pittsburgh Pirates will win 120 games this season.
What?
Dude, that's not likely from any team. 120 games, hardly.
You know what?
Hardly likely from any team.
I know Wes will love that.
Yep.
Who cares what Wes likes?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Somebody out there in the state of Ohio named Wes, who's this diehard Pittsburgh sports fan, would love to see the Pirates win 120 games, would love to see the Pirates go to the World Series, and would love to say to all of us, we are family.
Why don't you shut up?
Anyway. Up, you worthless hump.
Yeah,
we are. Hey, shut up!
Hey, you want to see it? I figured I'd join you guys too.
You know what, Frank? Enjoy the Nationwide is on your side because let me tell you something. Peyton won't be back doing that next year. I'll love every minute of that.
I got one for you.
But gutter ball man is Sean Man.
Oh yes, dude. Yes, Gary. I'm a very good bowler. That's why people call me the bowling master.
Yep,
bowling master, my big ass.
He's the master of gutter balls.
No, cut it out. Cut it out.
Epic comeback doesn't start here.
Dude, it's got to be 7 syllables.
I know why
I don't care. I
know why you're laughing, Browning, because you have 152. Big deal. You beat me by 6 pins. I can still make that up. I gotta just get.
I want to start that back up.
Who gets haircuts at Walmart?
I do. You like that haircut? Yeah.
It doesn't even look like a haircut.
Well, it is too. It's like a Buzz haircut.
Look so good.
It's a Buzz haircut. It looks good.
Gary says I'm the master of gutter balls.
Budweiser, you taste so good.
At ISBN Frank, I'm the I'm
not that. I'm a big win, dude. I'm big win, Frank.
Yeah, you're the big win, and for some reason I'm Gluey Hump.
Yeah,
you are.
Well,
Hump.
He's the blue Bumblebee, Bumblefrick, Indiana Frank man.
Bumblefuck USA. There you go.
Bumblefuck USA. That's what Frank is.
Yep. Anyway, next quote here. You guys ready?
Yep.
This one's gonna upset Brownie, so I apologize in advance.
Who cares?
Skippy Bayless said that my.
Jeez, doesn't he learn already? Talk about torture.
My Philadelphia Eagles were the losers in day one of NFL free agency.
Well, they'll lose to Marco Burns.
Browning, that's addressed toward you, buddy. Go ahead. His reply is he takes the headset off.
Dude, wait, is he gonna plead the fifth now? Pleading the fifth is not acceptable for this show.
And Skip Bayless, how could you actually say that? You're a Dallas Cowboy fan. The Eagles are in the NFC.
What is he thinking?
Yep.
He goes with Jerry Jones.
Gary asks, how could the Eagles lose any worse than they lost last season?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I picked the Eagles to be 13-3 last year. In the NFC East,
Eagles will be lucky if they get 4 wins this season.
Uh-oh, you're watching. You're talking to an Eagles fan there.
I'm a fan of the Eagles, the band, but not the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a difference.
They got
Although
some pretty good tunes. They got some pretty good tunes.
Although Browning, I was still pissed off when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the New England Patriots last year.
You lost that bet too, didn't you?
Yes, he loses a lot of bets.
Picture, you stinker.
By the way, Sean, man, any updates for the Snowman?
No, I haven't heard anything from him.
Guys, isn't it good? I don't want to see him. Dude, I don't want to see
We
it.
don't have to. We don't have to see him. He's talking through a phone. We want to see him.
Oh, that's good. That's good. With all these Skippy Bayless quotes, dude, I don't want to see his face.
It's too bad about that Warriors comment.
Yeah, he's heated. Frank, you ready?
Hey, ready, dude? Of course. Oh, yeah, another shock. How many shocks are there on this one?
4 of them.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, now he's back,
There he
Snowman. Did you want to hear that Warriors quote again?
Oh.
First of all, I have a statement.
Go ahead.
And that statement is the following. It's an open letter. To the some bitch who made a call to the IHSAA, you ain't taking me down. You ain't taking my brand down. You ain't taking down the people that have grown with me, including the show. To the some bitch who made the phone call trying to take me down, you got a lawsuit coming up your ass. And I don't care how mad you get. I don't care how you try to combat me. I don't care how hard you come at me. You can't bully me. You can't get the best of me. You can't say shit else that will try to take us down. Because believe me, when I get done with your punk ass, you will have a 6-figure lawsuit so far up your ass, you'll be shit paper.
Wow! Listen, we're on your side. Listen, is there anything we can suspend the Skippy Bayless for a few minutes? Is there anything you want to say on this?
That's why I had to hang up. My legal team was talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look, we're behind you, Snowman. Listen, we're behind you.
100%. You'll kick his ass. You'll win.
Kick his ass. I'll kick his ass physically. If I see him.
Josh, I'm sorry for the impromptu rant. Like I said, it was my legal team calling me. Please forgive me for that. It just hatched open a wound that I thought I'd closed.
You don't need to say sorry, Snowman. You don't need to say sorry. Look, we understand. Listen, we're right behind you 100%.
Sorry, and I do have to say it out of sheer unadulterated respect for Josh and for you guys, because Josh is the man that's running this show, and it's allowing it to be streamed on my network. And for me to go completely off like that is not like me, but with everything that's going on, as unprofessional as it is, I must apologize, and I mean that from the heart.
I don't think there's no reason for you to apologize. Okay. Look, we're behind you.
Yeah, we're behind you. 100%. We got your back.
Like I was telling the boys earlier, Snowman, we were getting not sentimental or anything, but we were saying that we're talking about looking at life in a greater outlook and being grateful for what you have, and don't let anybody get in your way. Take the balls in your hands, and don't let anybody say that you can't do this or you can't do that. And continue to fight, just like the Dark Truth did. We're going to keep it in his honor, and we're not going to let anybody stand in the way of the Arena Sports Network, period.
Yeah, hey, you know what? We're blessed for you, buddy. That's who we're blessed for. You for giving us this opportunity.
Now, speaking of going off, give me that Warriors quote, because I want to be sure I heard it all correctly.
Go and do it.
All right, I need complete science from the peanut gallery. Okay, anyway, Skippy Bayless said that
look, he just added more shocks.
My Golden State Warriors, of course, they would break the Bulls record because they're playing in the softest year of the history of basketball.
What a weirdo.
After what I've been through this morning, after what I've heard, I gotta hear this bullshit.
Yeah, you just did. You just heard the bullshit.
Skip Bayless, you are the softest broadcaster on record because you have no knowledge or no balls to do research. Soft NBA, you know something? I'll agree with you to a point that the NBA has become soft, but the NBA is still the NBA. It's where you never have been and never will be as a player. You don't experience what these players go through every night. You don't experience what these players go through every year. And just because you cover the Bulls when they were good does not mean they let you in the locker room. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked your ass out of the locker room. No interviews, you stupid son of a bitch. How dare you say that the Warriors will break the Bulls record because of the NBA being as soft as it is? Let me tell you something. You know how hard it is to win 60 games in a year, let alone 70? Yeah, the Bulls are the only team to win 70 up to this point. And should the deed happen, and I think it will on 2 occasions this year, they'll be the first to win 70. They'll always be known as the first to win 70. What the hell can you say about your career where you were the first to do anything? You know something? I was the first black man to own my own company, to own my own broadcasting company. All right? I am still the first black man to own my own internet broadcasting company when it started in 1995. You stupid son of a bitch. I'm here that are like you because we actually go out and hustle and do what we need to do as journalists, as sports fans, and as lovers of the game. And until you decide to grow a set of balls, which you never will, until you decide to actually get the nerve to do your own research, we will always regard you as a piece of shit broadcaster that cannot and will not understand anything that's going on in the world of sports.
I think he just smashed the mic.
Skippy Bayless said that
Oh gosh, he never learns, does he? Zzz, zzz, zzz.
my Cleveland Cavaliers are
here we
so
go.
awesome. It's gonna be so much fun watching them in the playoffs this season.
I may not watch them in the playoffs. You know what? I just may not watch it.
Let me start off with that first, actually, boys. Let me start with
Fire
that.
away,
It's kind of funny. I do a lot of the recap articles, and I noticed the flaws the Cleveland Cavaliers have every single game. And it's kind of funny how everybody says the Bulls are a lost cause, but the Cavaliers are more dysfunctional than the Bulls team right now without Jimmy Butler. Period. Skippy, the Cavaliers are not making the NBA Finals. Get over it.
Skip Bayless, for you to say that the Cavaliers are going to be so much fun to watch in the playoffs, I'm going to say this. If the Cavaliers have to play against the Chicago Bulls and Browning, you're not going to like this since you're the Cavalier fan. I hate to say it. First round upset. Cavs booted. Cav fans suffer in misery. Let mourning continue because you know something, Skip Bayless, you bastard? The Cavaliers and the city of Cleveland have been hit with 52 years of misery. When was the last time, Skip Bayless, a Cleveland team won? That was the Jim Brown days. The Cavs were even team. The Cavs had good teams even when they made the playoffs and lost. You praise the Cavs because they got an overrated basketball player and LeBron James. The guy's 2-4. What's going to happen, Skip Bayless, when the Cavaliers get booted out in the first round by the Bulls and it's an upset for the entire basketball and sports world? I rest my case. You're going to be pissing and moaning.
If the Cavaliers get beat out,
you get the sense the guy just wants to hang out with LeBron James. I think that.
You know what? Why don't you just move to Cleveland, Skip Bayless? Since you love Cleveland so much and you picked even the Indians a few days ago to do really well in the American League Central, why don't you move to Cleveland?
Yeah, move to Cleveland. There you go.
What do you say there, Snowman? That's why he says that the Cavs are going to have the most wins and are going to take over. And the NBA playoffs. Wait, fun to watch in the NBA playoffs there, Snowman.
I have to clear my throat.
Clear my throat? I got to clear my mind. I mean, after hearing this.
Who writes this shit?
His assistants. It's probably his assistants that's doing all the research for him.
I'm just a message.
Sorry. Eat my lunch. Okay. Why, Skip Bayless? No. When the Cavs and the Bulls meet in the first round, the Bulls are going to put such a foot in LeBron James' ass, they'll be shitting Derrick Rose's Adidas. All right? I rest my case.
How many mics? Let me ask you. How many mics has the snowman broken already?
Oh, by the way, John, this one's for you. It's going to get so bad that we've seen better basketball played at Exelon Gym over the past 3 years than the Cleveland Cavaliers played.
And I have to say this too, that when the Bulls upset the Cavaliers, the Bulls are going to be saying, this is payback for all the crap and all the losses that Lachette got away with over the years.
Hey, Snowman, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Hey, the Cavs are going to be so upset when they get bounced from the playoffs. It's going to be like one of those mothers yelling at one of the referees at the Exelon Files.
Oh, man.
And you know what? And for all you LeBum followers, you better go start crying in your beer after they get booted out of the playoffs for all you stinking LeBum followers out there.
Do you get the sense that these LeBum followers need mental health?
What was the song that Don Meredith would sing when the game
Turn out the
ended
lights!
Monday
Turn
Night
out the
Football?
lights! Turn out the lights! The party's over. Yes, sir.
Turn off the lights.
No, look, Snowman, look what you did. Shut up, Sean. We don't need to hear your. We have a lot of listeners. Don't ruin. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off at the dump that's called the Quicken Loans Arena and turn that place into a parking lot.
Yeah, well, you know what they'll do?
Turn
If they
Cleveland
lose,
into
you
a
know
parking
what?
lot.
They'll still have the Indians, and they can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. They'll have some other stuff to do if the Cavaliers get booted out.
It's grade A homogenized post-team bullshit at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Since 1964 occurred in a sport that's not regarded as one of the big four, when the Cleveland Crunch actually won.
Cleveland Crunch.
Is it like Captain Crunch? Captain Crunch cereal?
And then don't forget.
A major indoor soccer league team. When the Richfield Coliseum sees a soccer team win a championship before its basketball team.
Dude, who gives a beaver's damn about indoor arena soccer?
And then don't forget.
Actually, I do on some occasions because I actually had a chance to see some indoor soccer.
But I'm asking about the majority of people in Cleveland or the majority of people in this country. Indoor soccer?
Majority of people in Cleveland. I couldn't
Yes.
understand.
Not you per se or us, but I'm talking about people in Cleveland.
Who in their right mind gives a rat's ass about Cleveland? I don't.
Oh, yeah, and the Indians haven't won a World Series since 1948, back when Bob Feller.
Hey.
So long as the Kansas City Royals and my beloved Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox have something to say about that.
Hey, Cleveland is so irrelevant to me. It's not even worth going out there to get an escort.
Oh, you can go
Oh, dude, that's a whole new low right there for Cleveland.
How about going to Lake Erie? There's a lake up there in Cleveland. Go to Lake Erie.
Yeah. Let me go out there and take a shit.
There you go. Dude, that's it polluted even more. Lake Erie's polluted enough as it is.
Let me go out there and take a shit on the lake.
I have a question. Is there literally slime in the lake?
There probably is.
Hold up, y'all. Skip is the only one that is praising the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what's bad, Skip Bayless? Everybody else recognizes the true champion. And right now, that true champion is the, wait for it, Golden State Warriors.
That's right.
Oh, they're destined to be NBA champions, don't you?
Period.
Well, yeah, right, Frank. They're destined to go back to the NBA Finals this year.
I believe they are.
They're going to repeat.
Skippy.
You know what? The Warriors are going to wreck shop in the playoffs. Their toughest competition is from Texas, and it ain't the Rockets or the Mavericks.
Hey, Skippy Bale said that the Rosemont Horizon should be torn down.
Oh, okay, I'm leaving.
Oh.
I'm out. I'm bye. See ya. I'm not leaving. I'm leaving. Yeah, Josh, you guys are on your own.
He says that the Rosemont Horizon should be torn down.
He should be torn down.
Josh left.
Josh left. He was fed up. Josh just left. He's angry now.
I'm going. Listen, I'm gonna have to go, and I'll check in with y'all tomorrow because I got to finish my office here. But I leave you with two things. Number one, Skip Bayless, you should be torn down. How dare you disrespect the Rosemont Horizons? And two, to you, Josh, to Bernie Master, to Frank, and to Sean, y'all are awesome. Period. I am so happy to have the Sports Drive exclusively on my network. And my bonus note, some bitch you did what he did, you're getting yours just like Stephen Curry feeds into his opponent every single time. On that note, Snowman has to be out. I'll check in with y'all tomorrow for the full show. Thank you.
See you, bud.
See you, Snowman.
And don't forget, he's got his rant tomorrow, guys. The rant with ESPN. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, man.
Oh, this rant tomorrow about Mike Ditka.
More reason to bash ESPN. What's this world coming? Guys, let me ask you this question. What's this world coming to? I don't get it.
Dealing with the fact that we got an overrated journalist in there that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, on that note, I'm not even going to respond to that quote. That's a reference to give me bash out before I have a heart attack on air.
Because Josh just left and he was frustrated. He was fed up with it.
You could see me, but I left too after hearing that Rosemont Horizon comment.
Yeah,
That is blasphemous.
Before we go into our next topic here, I wanted to do a little fact or fiction. I posed serious sports questions, and Browning, bowling, quasi bowling master Sean Mann, and of course the big win will tell me if it's either fact or fiction. All right, boys, 10 questions.
Oh,
That's the game here. 10 questions. You are ready?
Let's do it. Let's rock. El Bundy would say, "Let's rock."
San Antonio Spurs make the NBA Finals. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Start with Browning.
fact.
Fact. Wow. Sean.
I'm going to make this quick. We all know it's going to be Warriors and the Spurs. I'm going to vote fiction just a little bit of fiction on that because Golden State, I think, has got too many weapons.
I'll say fiction too, but I'll say this. I believe San Antonio will give them a hell of a fight.
I'm 50-50 on that one. This only on experience alone for the Spurs, but we'll see what happens. Next one here. Philadelphia Eagles make the playoffs. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Oh, man.
Wow.
By the way they played last year, I mean this past year, I don't know. The way that
Eric,
Chip Kelly ruined my team.
Eric and Gary say fiction too in the chat room as well. So we're all on fiction on this one, right, boys?
Yeah, I think there's still a new head coach and all. Yes.
Last year, I picked Philadelphia to be a 13-3 team. That didn't happen.
Oh, you were
this year, I'm going to pick fiction. Yep, fiction.
Eric got one in the chat room. Fact or fiction? Colin Kaepernick goes to the Denver Broncos.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, you know what? If I can just say this quickly, I got some breaking news to let everybody else know. Colin Kaepernick, there are 3 teams that are expressing interest in Colin Kaepernick.
Really?
Okay, the Denver Broncos is one. The New York Jets is another team that is expressing interest in Colin Kaepernick. And guess who else? The other team, the Cleveland Browns, are expressing interest in Colin Kaepernick.
Well, let's see. They have Josh McCown, who is old on Johnny. I hate to say this, but any quarterback on Johnny Manziel on this team, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade.
I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, Josh will flip if when he hears about the Browns."
Put Josh to sleep on that one.
That's
Who the hell wants to play in Cleveland? Let alone the Browns.
Who the hell wants to visit Cleveland?
They're kind of
already did that.
probably Cleveland fans are like, okay, we lost out on Johnny Manziel as Brown fans. Let's go out and get Colin Kaepernick and see if he can bring the Super Bowl to Cleveland.
Guys, let me ask you. Guys, you know how many people in Cleveland we pissed off this morning?
Who cares? Let's get to the next one. Like I said earlier in the show, this is a non-PC sports show, so what we say offends you, it is what it is.
We don't care who we pissed off. I don't care who I pissed off personally.
Problem. Skippy Bayless. No, why am I saying Skippy Bayless?
You're thinking of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Skippy Bayless loves Cleveland.
My bad. All right. Fact or fiction? LeBron James is the 2016 NBA MVP.
Fiction.
Oh, shush up! Oh my God!
That is the
Fiction.
biggest fiction.
Fiction.
I've
There.
ever heard.
Well, shit doesn't even have a chance to win an NBA.
Hey, we all know that the NBA is filled with politics. I mean, NBA is more predetermined than the WWE is, and that's saying something. So
Well, it's
I wouldn't be
more biased
surprised if
toward
LeBron got that award.
It's
That's
more
it.
biased on the
About
Cleveland
that.
Cavaliers.
Fiction. There's a guy by the name of Steph Curry.
Go ahead there, Browning. What did you say there, bud?
I may like LeBron, but Stephen Curry's gonna win it.
See, even somebody who likes LeBron is being honest here.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
All right, fact or fiction? ECW is best for business.
Fact. ECW is good.
Fact on that.
ECW is good for life, dude. For business, it's good for our livelihoods,
Fiction because it's low IQ entertainment.
and that's why I
Browning?
I used to be in learning disability classes. Of course, I'm going to like that show.
So was
Doctor
I.
Approval says this: fact or fiction? The Blackhawks win the cup this year.
Fact.
I can see
Very
fact.
Another fact. They whipped the Washington Capitals' ass in the finals this year.
But they got Alexander Ovechkin.
Oh, the Andy Dalton of hockey.
This team's a dynasty. This team, listen, there's one team.
That's a good one.
Chris, welcome to the show. Thanks for checking it out.
Coming in.
Are you nuts? The Washington Capitals.
Dan Silverman, you're trying to steal my job, man. I come up with the fact or fiction. If you want to add on to the segment, cool, but man, you steal my mojo. Freaking
All right.
All right, next one. I'll use the one he has here in the chat room anyway. Fact or fiction? Detroit Lions make the playoffs.
Fiction.
No.
Why are
I'm
you
gonna
nuts? Fiction, dude.
No.
I'm going to go fiction because you know what? The Lions they had a good year in 2014 to make it to the playoffs, but 2015 was downhill. And that tells me one thing. The Lions don't make the playoffs, and Jim Caldwell will be gone as coach of Detroit. He'll be fired after 2016.
Detroit is going to be terrible.
What's there to do in the Motor City? What's there to do in Detroit? What's there to do in the Motor City?
Actually, there are some things to do in Detroit. The Henry.
Don't forget about Home Improvement, Josh. Home Improvement.
Ford
the
Museum's
television
one.
show.
I've been there.
I like that show. You know, I used to wear a lot
cool.
of plaid shirts in high school. Yeah.
Like
And one of my friends, like Mick Foley, Frank,
Plaid?
he used to wear those
Why?
plaid shirts a lot. Yeah, I would wear those, and then a friend of mine would call me the guy that no, who's the guy that wears the plaid shirt all the time on the show?
Was it Al Berlin?
Yeah, there you go, Al. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Yeah, that brings back some funny memories.
I grew up in Home Improvement. That was a funny show.
Fact or fiction? Lovie Smith will be a good coach for the Illini football team.
Yeah, he's going to the new program. I'm going to
I'll
say
say fact because they'll love him.
We're all in agreement there. Fact. It's going to be good for Illini football. I'm a Northwestern fan, but it's cool to see another Illinois team to have some success on the college football ranks. Same here. Fact or fiction?
And I'm a
The
Lovie
Boston
Smith
Red
fan. I'm a Lovie
Sox
Smith
make the
fan,
playoffs this year.
fact.
Fiction.
You see that right there? Yeah,
I can
right
see
there.
it. I can see it potentially as right. If I could see it fact,
Yeah.
Oh, come
Hey,
on.
Sean, Sean, I'm saying fiction because John Farrell's going to be fired by the All-Star break because he's too busy hooking it up with a NESN analyst, a female reporter.
The guy gets an extension. The guy wins the World Series. But what is this?
He hasn't done anything in 2 years. And contract extensions don't mean hella beans.
dude, settle
See
down.
that shirt right there, folks. Now there you go. That's a
Let's see
Red
how right,
Sox.
Sean.
Yeah, TMI, bro. Move back.
Oh, jeez. Too much info.
It'll do it.
Correct.
That stupid thing
Right.
is a
Hey, Sean, the
shit
Blackhawk
okay?
logo is
That's
the best in sports.
Glass to it. All you got is a stupid
Don't
doggone.
poke the bear.
Wait. Did you just insult the best logo in all sports?
No, it's a stupid
Can you
Indian.
draw it? Let me
okay?
ask you,
It's a
can you
stupid
draw that
Indian
logo?
right
Can
there?
you
What the heck?
draw
We
it?
got Indians in
Hey,
Illinois?
My
Can you
grandmother is part Cherokee Indian, jackass. Take it easy.
I know. I'm only teasing people. I'm just joking with them, bud. Joking.
Next one.
I'm a Bruins
The Yankees make the playoffs. The
Next
World
one,
Series.
please.
Fact or fiction?
That is a big
Fiction.
bunch of fiction.
Fiction.
That's a big fiction.
No, that's more fiction. Listen, the Red Sox. I don't think the Red
Yankees
Sox are going to be in the
suck.
World Series, but they have a lot better chance of making it to the playoffs than the Yankees do of making it.
They're not very good.
Fiction.
I hate them. They're not making the playoffs.
Duh.
And they're not making it the World Series.
The Stinky.
Yeah, I love it. Stank, Yankees or Stanky?
That is taking.
I'm a White
The
Sox
Stinkies,
fan,
the
and I put
Stinkies.
more stock in my team making the playoffs for the Yankees
No, the
this year.
Stinkies.
Oh, man.
Otherwise, I'll just say it like I always do if they win the World
I
Series.
can too.
It's all because the money bought that World Series. Who won the bean pot this year? No, who won the bean pot?
Pablo Sandoval.
Oh, boy.
Eric asks, will Kyle Schwarber hit more home runs than Chris Bryant? Fact or fiction?
Ooh, that's a tough one because you know what, Bryant. I'll say this. I'll say fact. Schwarber can hit more home runs because that's the one thing. Bryant's a better overall player in terms of offensive production. His defense has got to get better, but I think I can see that as fact. Definitely, Schwarber's a better power hitter.
I
than
have
Bryant.
no rooting
Bryant's
interest for
good.
the Cubs, but it should be a pretty good year. And you're damn right, a red line World Series. You
I have
freaking
rooting
up.
interest for a Cubs White Sox World Series. That's what I have.
I'm going to sleep through the entire World
Yeah,
Series.
you better
It'll be a
believe it.
snooze
Oh my
fest
goodness,
if that
that's what I
happens.
want to see.
Hey, how about this? It'd be ironic the Cubs
Shoot
win
yourself,
their first
bro.
World Series
Shoot
against
yourself.
the Houston Astros, since the Astros are now part of the AL. Just like the White Sox 10 years earlier beat the Astros to win their first title in 86 years.
Hey, you know what? That would be neat.
88 years, actually. My bad.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
I
Chloe
have,
Hump,
one,
that would be
I have
weird.
one last fact or fiction quote.
Yeah, you were bad.
The People
Bad.
versus OJ
Bad.
will be nominated for an Emmy next year.
It should. Fact. It should. Yes, fact. Fact. Especially Travolta as Robert Shapiro. Remember the guy that played Johnny?
I'll vote fact
Everybody
on
on
that one.
OJ's defense team should
Oh,
be
man,
nominated
you
for an
knew
Emmy.
Ron Goldman? Wow. Eric said he knew Ron Goldman. Wow, that's crazy. I
Really?
mentioned to the boys a couple weeks ago. I was
You knew
like
Ron
a month
Goldman?
old when that whole thing went down with OJ and Nicole and Ron and the whole trial. It's crazy. So getting to watch the show, I'm learning so much about this trial, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. I was almost 13 when it happened. I remember.
yeah,
see, you don't, Chloe Hump, but I
I was
remember the
7.
Friday night
I
of the
was 7
Bronco
years
chase.
old,
I
man. I
remember the
remember
trial.
that.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Eric
it
said
all,
he was
dude.
almost 30. So, man, that's crazy. Oh, you're 51? Well, I'm turning 22 in May. Sean is going to be 29 this year, I think.
Yep,
Sh-
29.
Andrew's gonna be 28.
I'll be 30.
And
Yep.
Big Win's gonna be 35. So I'm the baby of this damn shindig here.
I'll be 20.
35. Yeah,
I'll be-
August 6th. Yeah, but
I'll be
I
29.
have the
I'll be
intelligence of what?
29
I don't
2
know
weeks
how
from
old
today
it's
there.
like. I don't know.
Oh,
That's-
really?
I'm joking to you, Sean.
A birthday version bowling update, hopefully.
On the 24th of March when I hit 29. Come on. I'll be 29 2 weeks from today. Have a
Nice.
happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah.
You know what? At almost 35, I still find Extreme Wrestling to be entertaining. I still play video games, and
Yeah,
I like
Frank-
Simpsons
Frank,
episodes from the 90s.
The Big Win 90s.
Trust me, you think I'm a
sprinkle,
mature
that's his name.
35-year-old almost? No.
I'm not disagreeing with
Dude,
that.
the 90s had
I
better
grew up during
entertainment than
that
what we
time.
have now. No joke.
You're not getting one over me on that one.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, since we had Eric mentioned that he said he knew Ron Goldman, let's get into the people for OJ, because this week's episode was focused on Marsha Clark and her personal tribulations, and I'll say the chick that plays like plays Marsha Clark,
lady?
man, she's so freaking hot, man. I don't care what anybody was ripping her for her appearance, I'll still bang her. She was freaking smoking last night. Oh no, last Tuesday. My bad. This is Tuesday.
Smoking. I didn't know if Marsha Clark really smoked. I guess she did smoke. She smoked in real life. I don't know if she still smokes or if she smoked back in 94, 95. But I'll tell you what. I mean, Marsha Clark, my goodness, 70-hour work week. I mean, did Marsha Clark really at the time work 70 hours? Because that's almost as much as the president of the United States works.
Not a divorce, I think, but there was like separation with her and her baby's daddy, that whole thing, and then his the baby daddy was waiting her out on the news.
Baby's daddy. That was funny. Baby.
Yeah.
Dude, that was. Wasn't she married twice? Because remember, we found out she was married
the naked
before
pictures in the magazine.
The father of
when
a
the
boy.
show closed. You remember that, Frank? Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't remember if it happened or not, but I remember from the episode.
Whoever
I
plays
guess
Chris
it did
Sargent is so
in real
smitten
life.
over
I
Marsha
just
Clark,
didn't
though.
know in real
He's
life.
like, I'm like, when I've watched the episodes, I'm like, damn, when are these two gonna start banging each other already? The way he looks at her, the smiles, just the way he conducts himself around her.
Hey, Gluey, let me ask you, what do you think of John Travolta
It's awesome.
as Robert Shapiro? I'll tell you what, he's perfect.
I'm kind of surprised, but I'm not surprised because Rob Kardashian really didn't speak that much anyway during that trial. So I wish I'd see a little bit more from David Schwimmer on the show, but that's me. Yeah.
You know what? I'm just curious if those Kardashian girls are watching this or watching this series. Dude, the Kardashians have got to be the most dysfunctional family in America.
Yeah.
That or they're one of them. Well, you know, come on. You know how dysfunctional Kardashians.
This is
it seems like we got to hear about them
episode,
every how many
series
minutes.
What the people for OJ thing is. So I wish there'd be a little bit more. You can't do seasons of it, obviously, because since it was only one trial. But there's only four episodes left, so I can't wait to see how.
No, there was a
how
civil
this all,
trial.
Ends out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. The civil trial, yeah.
There was a civil trial, wasn't there? Yeah, there was a silver trial. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, I got to tell you, I don't know if this you would consider this breaking news, but apparently, and I got to get into this. Okay, here's a headline. I'm reading a headline here. This is from AOL News. Apparently, let me get it up here. Okay, here it is. O.J. Simpson's former manager. I know who killed Nicole Brown Simpson. Apparently, O.J.'s former manager, and his name is Norman Pardo, not familiar with that dude, but he says he knows who killed Nicole Brown Simpson. The only issue is here, okay, he knows who killed Nicole Brown Simpson, but who killed Ronald Goldman? I mean, he just says Nicole Brown Simpson. He didn't say anything about Ronald Goldman. So if that's the case, were Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman killed by two different individuals?
Maybe. It's crazy. We're going to wrap up the show right now. Finish out a little bit early. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to start a little bit earlier, like our Friday traditions. We do the show an hour before than we usually do now. So we'll be on from 10 to 12 Eastern Standard Time in the morning tomorrow, which will make it 9 to 11 for us here in the Windy City. Also for Sean, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific Time in Bumblefuck, Idaho. Anyway, we're gonna have a fun Friday show as always. We're gonna have the Snowman back on, hopefully for the entire show tomorrow. The rants, more free agency talk. Let's see if anybody gets signed today.
Yes.
We'll keep those stuff posted on social media and all that good stuff. And by the way, if you guys ever miss an episode of the Sports Drive, check it out here on Blab, the Arena Sports Network, the YouTube channel, and spread the word around about the show. If you like what we bring to the table, spread the word about the show, and we gladly appreciate it. So, any final thoughts, boys? Let's start with Browning, since he joined us here for the full show today.
Final thoughts. It was a great show. It's a great show by Josh Lopez, and he does a great job on the show. And I would say one more thing before y'all go. That yesterday the Notorious B.I.G. was going to be his birthday yesterday, but 19 years ago yesterday.
Oh, 19 years ago, he was shot, killed. Yeah. B.I.G., Notorious B.I.G., the old rapper for the 90s.
Wait, who was this again?
The 19th anniversary of his death. It's crazy, man. How quick time goes.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But, Brownie, I appreciate the kind words. I really appreciate that. And you also check out my wrestling show, too. So I appreciate the support, too. If you guys, by the way, if you guys never seen my wrestling work, go to iTunes, type in Pro Wrestling Experience, you'll find it there. It's a fun podcast. It's kind of similar like this, but there is restrictions because I am on the radio. But either way, you still get the same entertainment you would get on this type of show as well. Anyway, Big Win, any final words, you hump?
Yeah, I actually do quickly, and I want to save this for tomorrow, though. But, the Snowman has his ESPN rant about Mike Dick. I just realized something. I have a theory why Mike Dick may have been fired. Seriously. It involves political correctness. I'll explain tomorrow. Remind me.
Sean?
I have a theory. I just thought of a theory I have why ESPN fired Dick.
Yes, it was a very, very good show. I'm glad we were able to have a lot of perspective. LeBron James, you suck. Skip Bayless, you suck. No, you're good there, Frank. Because
I suck.
You suck at both. All right, I'll tell you what, Frank. For an assignment, you wear your blue Bumblebee outfit, and let's see you go out there in your blue Bumblebee outfit and blue Bumblebee, Indiana, and go to a real bowling alley. And let's see what?
Guys.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I graduated from school, so you can't give me any assignments.
So I don't have to go back to school.
You know what? At least I'm man enough to do anything like to walk into a Walmart and get a haircut or go to a Subway.
You can't say that you're more man because your last name is Man.
My last name is Man. You guys got to be
dude.
careful. I got a birthday coming up
McMahon.
2 weeks from today. 2 weeks
Sean
from today.
McMahon. It's Sean McMahon.
You got to be careful.
McMahon, we already got one already.
Yeah.
Browning.
Final thought for yours truly. A fun show as always. I want to reiterate a little bit stuff we said earlier in the show today. Have fun. Be grateful for who you have in your life, and be you. Be you. Be happy with who you are as a human being. And set out and do your own goals. It's your life. You have one life to live it, live it long and live it proud. All right. For Sean Browning, the Snowman, for his It's and Beasts on today's show. Everybody in the chat room, Gary, Eric, all the other good guys on the chat room today, and all you guys that tuned into the show, whether you listen to it live or on the replay, we thank you for checking out today's edition of the Sports Drive. We are out. We'll talk to you tomorrow, you rat bastards.
All right, see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.